it?
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving right into a truly brilliant philosophy on AI, creativity, and honestly, just how to reclaim your entire week. This comes to us from a creator and marketer named Markel, and we're going to look at how he takes that typical, awful dread of the work week and flips it into a powerful lesson about ownership and adapting to these massive changes we're seeing in the tech landscape.
So you know that feeling, right? You've had a couple of days off, you're finally relaxed, but as the clock ticks toward Monday morning, that familiar, butterfly-inducing anxiety starts creeping in. Markel points out that for a lot of people, this is literally Heart Attack Monday, where the pressure of walking into a 9-to-5 physically weighs on them. But he introduces this incredibly empowering concept, Take Your Heart Back Monday. It's all about intentionally finding your peace of mind and taking absolute control of your creative journey before the week even has a chance to begin.
Section 1. Creating your own sandbox. Moving beyond the daily grind with purposeful AI tools. Now, instead of just stressing out over the weekend, Marco actually spent his time creating these super fun, out-of-the-box projects that perfectly illustrate what true creative ownership looks like. Get this, he built an AI avatar matchmaker. And now, it's not a dating app for humans, it's a program where users create custom AI avatars with totally distinct personalities, and those avatars actually match with other AI avatars. He also built his own Hustleverse AI music player, which is basically a custom radio station platform to host his own music, and he's even produced full collections like the Welcome to the Hustleverse albums. These aren't just little weekend hobbies, you guys. They are foundational assets. He's building his very own environment rather than waiting on third-party tech giants to host his creativity. The big takeaway here is absolutely crucial. Build your own platform. Don't just rent space. Real online marketers build their own sandboxes instead of waiting around for permission to play. Think about it. When you rely completely on massive platforms to distribute your work, you're playing by their rules. And as we know, those rules can change literally overnight. By building your own platforms, like Markel's custom music player, you totally insulate yourself from the chaos of the broader market. Section 2. The mass distribution problem. When powerful AI tools meet bad strategy. 75 million. Yeah, let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering amount of AI-generated songs that Spotify recently purged from their platform. To put that into perspective, that was roughly a quarter of their entire catalog, just wiped out almost overnight. Crazy, right? And why did this happen? Because of the unchecked, rampant abuse of AI generation tools. This massive purge was the direct result of something called mass distribution abuse. Basically, it's flooding streaming platforms with thousands of low-effort, bot-driven, AI-generated songs, all hoping for a quick and easy payday. Marco highlights that because AI music tools are now as simple as just typing a prompt and hitting submit, people with zero actual marketing skills started generating hundreds of songs a week. They used bots to fake streams, trying to game the algorithm. It was this chaotic, get-rich-quick mentality that just completely diluted the pool for actual hard-working artists. So to combat this spammer behavior, major AI platforms had to step in with some pretty drastic policy changes. Take Suno, for example. They're a leading AI music generator. In their old environment, you could mass generate and download an unlimited number of songs, which just fueled that volume-driven abuse. But under their new policy, Suno introduced a really strict limit of downloading just 20 songs a month. On top of that, they added audio watermarking and fingerprinting to track exactly where the audio came from and combat fraud. They actively had to step up and stop prompt engineers from acting like spammers.
Section 3. The pivot to quality. Why new AI limits are a marketer's best friend.
I absolutely love the analogy Markel uses here to visualize this shift. Think of the mass distribution mindset like throwing a giant bucket of paint at a wall and just crossing your fingers, hoping it magically covers the room perfectly. It's chaotic, it's messy, and it requires zero skill. But a true marketer, they use skilled, deliberate brushstrokes to professionally and carefully paint that room. When you're limited in how much paint you have, you're basically forced to be purposeful and intentional with every single stroke. Which naturally leads us to a pretty direct question. Is a strict limit of 20 downloaded songs a month actually enough? Like, does this new Suno policy totally destroy the AI creative business model?
Well, the answer is a massive, resounding yes. It is absolutely enough, but only if you are building purposeful assets. Markel explains that 20 high-quality, carefully curated songs are more than enough to act as background tracks for video content or to fuel a highly targeted marketing campaign for months. If you're creating music that genuinely speaks to a specific audience and drives a real message, you definitely don't need 500 tracks a month. You just need a handful of excellent, purposeful assets.
Section 4. The True Marketer Mindset. Foundational Skills over Cheap Tricks. This right here perfectly cements the core duality of what we're talking about today. On one side, you've got the product user. This is the person who relies entirely on massive platforms like Spotify to do all the heavy lifting because, frankly, they lack actual marketing skills. They want volume over value, which is exactly why they panic when limits are introduced. But on the flip side, we have the real online marketer. This person creates their own platforms, just like Markel's custom music player. They rely on their foundational marketing skills to drive traffic themselves, and they inherently focus on quality over quantity.
Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? Let's break down a clear, actionable roadmap based on Markel's blueprint. Step 1. Learn foundational marketing skills. You really have to understand how to connect with an audience first. Step 2. Create a curated batch of purposeful AI assets. Don't just mass produce. Carefully craft those 20 allowed downloads. Step 3. Host them on a platform you actually own and control, building your very own sandbox. And finally, Step 4. Market them directly to your specific audience. This is exactly how you build a fun, profitable business without being at the total mercy of some third-party algorithm.
Markel really hit the nail on the head when he said, "We're not just creating music to add clutter. We're creating something with meaning and purpose." It's such a powerful reminder for all of us. AI gives us these incredible, almost magical capabilities. But listen, the technology itself isn't the magic. Your mindset is. It's our foundational skills, our originality, and our actual intent that decide whether that AI power just becomes more digital clutter or a truly meaningful asset.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. Are you going to continue relying on borrowed platforms, just throwing paint at the wall and hoping something sticks? Or will you take your heart back, level up those foundational skills, and build your own purposeful assets? The tools have literally never been more powerful, but the strategy, well, that's entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks some serious creativity for your own sandbox.
They keep telling you, stay motivated. Watch this. Listen to that. Get inspired. But what happens when the video ends? When the music fades? When nobody's clapping, watching, or waiting for you to win? What moves you then? I used to run on borrowed energy, quotes, speeches, people hyping me. Yeah. Felt unstoppable for a moment, then I'd crash, like it was never in me. That's the problem with external fuel. It burn quick, don't last, don't rule. You dependent on a source outside, so when it disappears, so do you. I was chasing feelings, not building fire, waiting to feel ready instead of climbing higher. But readiness ain't a mood you catch, it's a discipline you wire. So I had to ask myself something different. If nobody ever told me keep going, would I answer that honestly? I realized purpose don't scream, it whispers. It ain't in the crowd, it's found in the mirror. It ain't in applause or validation checks. It's in what you do when there's nothing to flex. Motivation temporary, purpose permanent. One phase away, the other's inherent. You don't wake up feeling it every day, but purpose don't care how you feel anyway. It moves through you even when you're tired, even when life feel misaligned and wired. It's that quiet push you can't explain. I say do it again through the doubt and pain. So I stopped asking how do I feel and started asking what's real, what's mine to build, what's mine to create. That's when I found something stronger than fate. I don't need a reason, I am the reason. I am the reason. internal driver. That's what's leading. Yeah. Now I move like it's already decided. No hesitation, no need to be guided. I built a system inside of my soul that don't break down when I'm losing control. External noise don't shake my direction. I learned to operate without the connection. Not disconnected but self-sustained. Energy internal, never drained. I don't need hype, I don't need cheers. I done built this through blood, sweat, tears. Every rep carved into my frame. Now discipline calling me by name. This is what it looked like when purpose drive. You ain't just working, you feel alive. Even in struggle there's something deeper. You not just moving, you moving with meaning. Listen close. Purpose don't shout, it pulls. It don't beg, it demands. And once you feel it, you can't go back. There's gonna be days you don't feel like it. Do it anyway. There's gonna be days you question everything. Keep going anyway. Because the ones who make it ain't the most motivated, they the most committed. For something deeper than motivation. I don't need a reason. I am the reason. I don't need the feeling. I move with meaning. No more waiting. No more chasing. Internal driver. That's what's leading. When the world go quiet, when the noise disappear, when nobody's watching, that's when you find out if you really got it, or if you was just borrowing it. Borrowing it.
Do it the expensive way or the smarter way. Download the free Hustleverse AI UGC Blueprint.
I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepared was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, we are live. We are live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is strong 62, day 4, and we are right at 15 minutes into today's challenge. Now, today, we know what Thursday is, right? As we pull back the curtain, right? So Thursdays is what we call Action Taken Thursday. And I'm ready to take action. I have to admit, I have to be honest. This morning's intro didn't start out the way that I wanted it to start out. So it was a couple of things that happened. So first, I thought I had a video already created by one of my business partners, the AI. I thought I had that video already created and ready to, be edited, but I had to regenerate that video. So I regenerated it and, it generated in time. And then I edited the video. I thought I edited the video. Actually, I That video that you just saw in the intro was a encore. It was an encore of the video that I played for you guys yesterday, I believe. But, you know, things happen. That means that tomorrow you'll be able to get that video that was, intended for today. But today's video, even though it was an encore, it was very valuable. I looked at it and I said to myself, it was a reason why you had to see that again. And I thought to myself, it's because it talked about systems. It talked about being reliant on current, systems that might, change. A company might change its policies. A company might says, hey, we're going to restrict this. We're going to make more limitations on what you can do. And every company has a right to do what they want to do in order to make what's best for their business best for their business. So you have to do the same. When you're building your business, sometimes you might have to pivot. Sometimes you might have to change your policies. Sometimes you might have to come at things with a different angle because the current way you're doing it may not be hitting the mark. People might not be responding. You might not be getting a lot of engagement. You might not be getting a lot of likes or shares or people commenting on your posts to get access to whatever it is that you're trying to share with them. So there's going to be times in your online career and your online journey that you are going to have to make adjustments just like any major company. You might consider yourself to be the little guy, but the little guy will never become the big guy until, they're ready and they're willing to make, you know, the major decisions like the big guys do. So today on Action Taken Thursday, I wanted to give you guys some actions that you can take that I used to take years ago and I still take them. And the thing about it is, the process hasn't changed much. You can still do it the same way that I did it back in the day because a lot of those same tools are still available. They didn't change. They didn't update, any policies for these particular things within the last 10 plus years. So they're still a constant. Now, to say that they'll never change, I can't say that. But seeing as though the policies and the way that you can actually use them are the same today, you know, it's still one of those foundational things that you can use in order to continue on your journey and have something that's, constant and consistent. So today, I'm not going to keep you guys too long, but I'm going to give you something to take action on. Now, I'm going to be a little petty for a second because I see too much of the, you know, it's good stuff, but then, there's always different categories in my mind, in my opinion. There's good, better, and best. So you can get a lot of good stuff, but sometimes the good stuff isn't designed to help you move forward. Sometimes the good stuff is designed to keep you on a hamster wheel of continuously, you know, engaging in just good and never getting to better. Whereas better and best is more designed for a person that's looking to move forward, that's looking to actually get some results from their activities. Now, I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest with me, and I want you to be honest with yourself. If you've taken, any number of trainings, if you have a coach or a mentor and you've been learning from this person for, maybe a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, let me ask you this. Your end goal being that of earning a extra income from home or whatever it was that you were intending on achieving in the beginning, are you or do you feel like you're that much closer to achieving that goal? Have you attended so many trainings, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 or more trainings, and you still feel like there's something missing, like your business still isn't moving, you're still not having results, but you're holding on, you're staying consistent, which is good, you're staying dedicated, which is good, but you're only getting good information. You're only getting information that's designed to keep you coming back for more in hopes that, you know, this good information is going to get better and it's going to one day help you unlock the key. Do you feel as though you've been on this hamster wheel for so long and you're still no better off than you were in the beginning? Yes, you have a lot more knowledge, you have a lot more good information in your mind, but the results, the thing that you wanted, they're still not manifesting. Now, I know a lot of people, they might not be honest. They might not want to be honest because a lot of times when you're forced to be honest and you're forced to put things on the table and say, hey, you're right. I'm no further ahead when it comes to my goals than I was 6 months ago or a year ago. That realization or that saying it out loud might make you feel some type of way. It might give you a sense of anxiety. It might feel as though you've failed. And you might not want that to be put out on the table because you don't want people to say to you, well, you might have been making the wrong decisions all this time. Yes, you had good intentions, but your intentions led you to nowhere. Now, I know there's a lot of people that's out there that's like that. And whether or not they want to admit it or not, that's on them. But I see it. I see you. I'm watching you. You know, I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm hearing the things that you're saying, I'm seeing what you're going through, and I'm witnessing it day after day after day. But the one thing, once again, that I commend you on is that you're staying committed. But once again, it's one thing to stay committed to something that's good, and it's another thing to move forward, to have something that's better or the best. And that's where I want to try to help fill that gap. I'm not saying that I'm the best, but I am saying that I'm better than good. Let me just, I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna be as real as possible with you. It might be a little petty of me to say it, but I see what's going on. A lot of it is good, but once again, there's good, there's better, and there's best. So let's get to it, and we're gonna start off on a journey right now, an actionable journey. And if you stay with me to the end of this video, I can guarantee you that you will have some actionable steps that you can take today that will lead to results. Now, I'm not making any guarantees on any monetary results, but this right here is going to be something that I know that most people won't ever see or won't ever get shown because either it's intentional or they're learning from individuals that just can't give them anything better than good. All right. So let's get to it. This document right here, once again, is the Hustlers 10-minute a day challenge doc. The value of this document right now, as it stands, is at $4,997. But I've been generous enough to give it to you absolutely for free. Whether or not you take advantage of this most valuable document, it's up to you. But let's go through it. And we're going to skip through the main challenge area because we already know what the main challenge is. The main challenge is to create hopefully inspiring, motivating music that you can be motivated by, inspired by, but also that your target audience can be inspired and motivated by. And maybe those songs might have a CTA in it that directs the person, that gives them that subliminal message um, to take action on acquiring your product or service or whatever it is that you're trying to direct them to. So, of course, we have that as being a foundation, which is an amazing asset because people listen to music on a daily basis and they listen to music month after month, year after year. And for some of us, we have our favorite songs that we might have listened to in the past 10, 20, 30 years ago, things that, give us a specific feeling. And now you have the opportunity to create something, hopefully something that you actually put your soul into, that a person can say, hey, this is my song. And they will come back to it month after month, year after year. And they might play it on a specific occasion, depending on if you've made a song that's designed for a seasonal event. Maybe it might be a song for somebody's birthday. Maybe it might be a song for any particular holiday. Maybe it might be something that in that person's mind is just as big as, the Mariah Carey song for Christmas, or anybody else's major hit song for a holiday. Your song could be that song for a particular group of people. And it can also keep you at the forefront of their mind. You being the artist, you being the person that created it or shared it with them. But we're moving past that, right? Because that right there is valuable in itself. But I want to ask you, have you scrolled to the bottom of the, you know, of this document? Have you checked out this section recently? Have you checked out the 100 affiliate product ideas across consumables, household items, and repeat purchase products? Have you checked out this section? Or do you only go as far as the picture at the top, what I show you? Do you ever open up the document yourself? See, that's the difference between talkers and builders, which is another one of my favorite songs, right? That's the difference between talkers and builders. A lot of people talk a good game and then they still complain when there's no results. And that's because they were stuck in a box. They were stuck in the box of indulging and ingesting only the good stuff. Now, maybe you just like to hear me talk. Maybe what I tell you and what I say to you is inspiring. Maybe it motivates you to get through your day. But that's good. But the better and the best aspect of it is that what I'm actually telling you is action-based things. And to get to better and to best, you have to be willing to take action on the things that I teach you. So I'm going to give you something right now that's really going to help you out. And we're going to use some of our tools that we have at our disposal. See, I give you access to things that you can actually use. So when they say, hey, you go through a training and you see somebody say, hey, you need this new tool, this new AI tool is going to help do this, that, and the third. And you jump at it and you buy it and you spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this product, and it ends up collecting dust or it ends up not being exactly what you thought it would be. That's the decision and that's the action that you took, and you get the results that you get from that. Now, me personally, I feel as though I have all of the tools that I need. And I've had those tools for the last, at least 6 months to a year or longer. So if it's good enough for me and I don't need any other shiny object, and I'm telling you that you can get results with using these same tools that I've been using, then one of your biggest issues that you need to overcome is that shiny object syndrome, you know, situation where what you have is not good enough, where you feel as though what you have is not good enough, and that you always going to need something else to put you in a better position. It's kind of going back to that intro training. You know, you get these new tools, you get this, that, and the third, and next thing you know, the policy changes, or the tool changes, or they stop doing updates on it, or another tool comes out. And then you have to learn all over again the processes of that particular product. And you basically end up starting all over again with something that's good, but it's not better and it's not the best. So this right here, this list has been here for the last at least 6 months. And this is a great list. It gives you a few different categories that you can pick from. And this list is designed for real online marketers, not people that want to be stuck in a box, that want to be told that there's only one thing that you can promote that's going to make you money. You need to focus on this and only this. It's not for people like that. It's not for people that want to be herded in a direction where they can't move. They're just going down a narrow path. And the rewards, there's pots of gold outside of those paths. There's pots of gold to the left of them, to the right of them, but somebody's put up a wall in front of you. Somebody's put up a wall to the left of you and to the right of you. And all you're able to see is what's straight ahead down that tunnel that they're leading you down. But you don't realize that there's pots of gold over those walls. So we need to bring down those walls of restriction, those walls that say, hey, just do what I told you to do. Just keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again. And one day something will happen. Man, I get tired of even saying it over and over and over and over again. You you've been down the same road and you're getting no results. But this list right here, I want to pick out something. I want to just, pick out one particular item so that we can take action on. Now, am I affiliate for every single product here? No, I'm not an affiliate for every single product. Will I earn a commission if you decide to promote, any random product on this list? No, it's on you. You might earn a commission if you do it right, if you partner with the right companies, if you, find the right product, and that's okay with me because it's not always about me. It's about you finding your success. And that's one of the major keys to success that you have to, understand and you have to find for yourself. You have to partner with people that have your best interest in mind, not only their best interest. If someone doesn't allow you to create or explore or build a business that is not tied to them, that is not designed exclusively for them to be compensated, then you need to question if you're in the right place. If I only promote to you products and services that's going to put money in my pocket, then you should be looking at me and saying, "Hey, well, that's a little sketchy right there. Like, I'm my own man. I'm my own woman. I need something that's going to put money in my pocket, in my family's pocket, in the people that, I, you know, serve my community." So you have to definitely keep those type of things in mind. If it's only good for the person that's sharing it with you, then hey, it 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 could be good. It could be okay. It could be a good product or service, but It's not better or best. So let's see. And I'm just going to turn away and I'm just going to scroll and I'm just going to let the mouse fall on something. All right, so right here it says kids toothpaste. All right, so let me copy this. So kids toothpaste, that's a real targeted niche right there, right? So it's something specific and it's something that is very important because we need to be able to take care of our kids and make sure that they're getting the best possible products and services. And this particular um, this particular product type of product is something that is targeting a group of people that don't necessarily have the buying power. The kids don't have the money, the parents have the money. But when it comes to our kids, most times, even if we don't think the product is a good product, it doesn't matter what we think, but the kid can say, "Hey, I like this. I like this toy. It's only it's $10 or it's $5 or it's however much. And I just like it. I like the character." And you yourself, you might say to yourself, "Man, I would never buy something like that. That's a horrible product." But you see the look and the expression on your kid's face and you say, "Hey, I will purchase this for you because I know that you like and love it." So let's do a search, right? So we decided kids toothpaste brands. So it says it includes Colgate Kids, Crest Kids, Hello Products, and Times of Maine. I never heard of Times of Maine. That right there sounds like something a little bit different, right? So just like we talked about in yesterday's video, we talked about stepping outside of the box, finding those little hidden things that people might not really know about, but that we can actually add value to and possibly help, you know, contribute to the brand. So Times of Maine, I've heard of Hello. That's, not really that popular, but I've heard of it. And it says here, Times of Maine provides natural ADA accepted choices with mild fruit flavors, offering both fluoride and fluoride free versions. So we going down the rabbit hole like we did yesterday, right? So now I just want to search up Times of Maine. That's an interesting name, too. That's an interesting name. Times of Maine. All right, so here's the website. So they have toothpaste, deodorant, and body care. So let's go to their site. I hate accepting cookies and things like that. I don't want you stalking me after. I don't want you just stalking me and looking for me everywhere I go. Now I know more than likely if I go on Facebook or something that I'm going to start seeing, if they do ads or things like that, I'm going to start seeing Times of Maine. It's kind of like red car syndrome, right? Once when somebody mentions it, then you start seeing the red car. But that's how marketing and advertising becomes. They want to make sure that once when you see the product one time, that everywhere you turn and everywhere you go, you start to see it. So look at this. So it says introducing Whiten Plus removes 95% of surface stains after 2 weeks of daily use. Okay, that is a great selling point. So just like we mentioned in, our hype, you know, training video, right? And we had the examples. And what did it say in the example? Matter of fact, let me pull that up because a lot of times I think you know, sometimes people think that, and they think this about me, and I know they'll probably think that about you. You'll say something of value, and they'll think that it's not valuable. They'll think, no, they don't really know what they're talking about, like, and then you hear it somewhere else. You hear it somewhere else, and then all of a sudden it makes sense. So this right here is the hype format, right? For creating content. So hook it, the you first storytelling, to prove it, and to earn the click. Now, let me see where we saw that at. Was it in the example? Hmm. What do you know? The hook in the first 3 seconds. I genuinely didn't believe this would work, but here we are on day 14. Hmm. Day 14. Day 14 is another way of saying 2 weeks, because there's 7 days in a week, right? So we just went over this in the hype framework. So am I telling you something that I don't know? Am I teaching you something that's not kind of universal? Did the environment, did, whatever you want to call it, did it lead us to this particular product right here? And look, this is a landing page. This is a landing page. It's not a piece of traditional content. It's not a video. It's not a post on social media. But this right here, a landing page, is content. It's a form of content. It's a form of content to give you information. It tells a story. It is implementing the hook framework. And as it says in the hook framework, right, in the first 0 to 3 seconds. So in the first 0 to 3 seconds, that's another way of saying in the beginning. In the beginning is another way of saying at the top, right? This is the first fold. And what does it have? It has the hook. This is the hook right here in the first fold. Removes 95% of surface stains after 2 weeks of daily use. I like this site already. I like the idea of this product. I don't know if it works, but this right here lets me know that whoever created this, they they know about marketing. They know how to set up a landing page, and more than likely, their social media profile will be similar. But this right here is a great starting point. We found so much value just in the first fold. Now, the average person might say, hey, I'm looking here, they got toothpaste, oral care, deodorant, antiperspirant, bar soap, and they might miss the valuable things. They might miss the things that a marketer, that a real online marketer might not miss. So we see the branding. And matter of fact, now that I see the actual Toms right here, I'm familiar with this brand in a way. I'm familiar with it just being known as Toms. Now, when I saw the Toms of Maine, that threw me off. But looking at the styling of the font, this font right here is recognizable to me because this is the font that the Toms brand uses, right? So branding comes in so many different forms. It could just be as simple as the text font itself. But look at this design. There's so many different types of toothpaste and things like that. And they might use different colors. They may have a different logo, but a lot of them use somewhat of the same formatting of the box. You have the section right here. So it says natural with fluoride, whiten plus deep clean. And then we have something that's, kind of real popular. One of those, viral like products, and it's more so known for, when I think of this, when it says whitening plus coconut oil, it makes me think of one particular um, product, um, Guru Nanda, Guru Nanda, I believe. They've made the idea of coconut oil or oil pulling to help draw out, all the bad bacteria in your mouth. They've made it so popular that coconut oil has been infused into a lot of products, a lot of toothpaste. So this right here goes on with the tradition. It took something that's regular, toothpaste, and it said, hey, we got deep cleaning, and we also have a coconut oil version for those people that have been exposed to the idea that coconut oil is a great thing to use, which it is. I have coconut oil here myself. Natural, organic, um, coconut oil, and it's something that you can use and dilute with other things like essential oils. But as we scroll through, right, it talks about some natural favorites, bestsellers, cucumber aloe aluminum free deodorant. So this right here definitely targets people that want more of a natural type of product. When we talk about cucumber, you know, that right there, for people that know of the effects and the benefits of cucumber, you might be more attracted to this. Now, when it says aloe, me personally, one of the first companies that I ever partnered with as an online marketer, one of their premier products, and this was over 15 years ago, one of their premier products is aloe, aloe vera gel, aloe juice that you actually drink. Is great for digestion, clearing up those blood vessels and things like that, getting things moving. So when you see stuff like this, to a person that really cares about health, wellness, being more natural, these products right here definitely speaks to that audience. But now I also want to point out the fact that we clicked on a specific niche of kids toothpaste. Now this right here isn't necessarily just for kids. This is for humans in general. But the fact that it's more healthier, says our naturally high standards, doing right by the planet and giving back, things like that are very attractive to parents, and they want to be able to share these type of things with their kids. See, we as adults, we might engage in things that, have chemicals and all kinds of stuff we know is bad for us. But we like, hey, we want to make sure that our kids eat fruits and vegetables. Even though you might not be the fruit and vegetable type of person eating that, you'll still say, hey, I want my kids to eat and live better. So I'm a buy the fruits and vegetables for them, even though I'm more of a steak and potatoes type of person, right? So seeing things like this, even though it doesn't say directly on here that it's for kids, that is directly targeting, you know, the kids, you would want to provide this product to them because it gives you the indication that it's a healthier brand and that it's something that doesn't have harmful ingredients that would possibly hurt them. So we scroll through and it talks about the mission. Okay, this right here. I had to stop right there, right? Because it says our mission, what we believe. Here at times of Maine, our naturally high standards drive our commitment to create a healthy future for people and the planet. So they got a pretty good mission, right? But I want you to stop right there and I want you to think. And I want you to go back here. It says our mission, keep that in mind. I want you to go back to our hype framework. And where does it go to? So after the hook, what does it say right here? You first. So I've struggled with low energy for years. I work a full-time job, have 2 kids, and by 3 p.m. I'm running on fumes. A friend told me about whatever brand, and I figured, why not try it? Okay, that right there, as we discussed in yesterday's live or in the previous live, that right there is a statement talking about you, is restating the things that you might have in your mind, and it's also stating it's giving you an insight into the type of character of the person themselves that's sharing with you the information. See, this document is for your UGC AI avatar. So if your UGC AI avatar, whether it's a male, female, older adult, or maybe it's a young adult, maybe it's a kid, maybe your AI avatar for this particular product is a kid, and they're saying that they struggled with, you know, having issues with their teeth. Imagine a kid making a video promoting a specific brand of toothpaste, and they're telling you in the video that they used to struggle with not liking to brush their teeth for years. They have to attend school on a daily basis. They have all of these things that they have to learn in class. And then they saw a advertisement on TV for a specific brand. And they figured they would ask their parents, hey, can you buy this for me? Mom, dad, can you purchase this product for me? And their mom or dad purchased the product for them, and they were able to get results in what? 14 days. They liked the natural flavor. They liked everything about it, the natural ingredients. They liked how it tasted and stuff like that. And that helped, that particular advertisement helped another kid who saw this young kid that resembled them, that spoke like them, that had the same concerns, help them go to their parents and say, hey, mom, dad, I just saw this commercial about this toothpaste, and can you buy it for me? And now you have a business, a product that you can promote. But the other thing that I wanted you to notice about it was this section. This section right here goes along the hype method. This says our mission. So it tells what we believe in. So it's talking about them as a company, which is also, once again, like I said, is directly tied into you first. This talked about I've struggled with low energy. Here's who I am. Here's my mission. My mission is that, yeah, I struggled with low energy, but in telling you that I've struggled with low energy, that should tell you that my goal is to increase my energy. What that says to me is my goal or my mission is to increase my energy. See, I want to promote to you a product or service in this particular bottle that is going to give you more energy, just like it gave me more energy. Our mission is to help people through our high standards. Our mission is to help people get more energy. So this right here is directly related to the hype method, right? The hype framework. So I just wanted to point out some things that, I know, I know for a fact, nobody has ever pointed out to you, whether they, you know, don't want to point it out or they don't want you to have that information because they know that with great information comes great power. And this will allow you to, look and be able to say, hey, now I know how to dissect things. I know how to dissect what a great website looks like, what a great promotion of a product or service looks like. Now I can turn around and I can apply it to anything that I want. Now look at this right here. This section directly related to our children. So it says here, never underestimate nature. America's #1 choice. Fun, fruity flavors your kids love without some of the stuff that you don't. That's what we were talking about. We don't want them to have some of the things, things that we might be cool with. We don't want them to have it. So brushing time approved by both kids and parents. That's why Tom's is the #1 natural children's toothpaste brand. Okay, enough said. Enough said. Then you have a button right here, shop children's toothpaste. This right here is giving you the direct blueprint. It's giving you the direct blueprint. It's implementing the hype framework and applying it to a website, a landing page, because this is content. So we talk about AI avatars, even though we promote AI avatars from the standpoint of you just thinking traditionally like, hey, I'm just going to create an AI avatar, have them speak and have them, read off something. That's just surface level. That's kind of like somebody presenting a business opportunity for you and you just copy and paste in what everybody else does. You have a picture post, you have a quote post, you're recreating everything the same as everybody else, and you become just another person in the same factory. No, that's not how you stand out. That's not how you become America's #1 choice. You become it by stepping out of the box, doing things different. Now, this right here is an AI avatar. Yeah, they're not talking, but it's a picture. Now, you have the tools that you need to create or recreate this particular picture. They don't have to say nothing. All they have to do is just sit there and let the text and the words do the selling for you. This is an AI avatar. Well, this might be a real life human, but you yourself, you can recreate this picture right here and put your AI avatar in this particular spot. Now, we scroll through, we get the information on the company, and look at here. What do they have here? Well, something that I teach you guys and I share with you guys on a daily basis. Something that's so valuable and you probably overlook it. You think that when I pull up one of my favorite tools, the new tab section, and I'm reading article news to you, you think that hey, that's just an article. No, nobody really cares. I'm not really interested in that. But if the #1 brand and the toothpaste brand in America says that it's a good idea to have a blog, right? To share information, the latest from up here in Maine, then maybe it might be a good idea for you to possibly do something like that too, for you to have a blog. And what do you talk about? It makes me think about I was on a mastermind meeting yesterday, and the idea of creating content, being on YouTube specifically came up. One of my business partners mentioned that she wants to do more YouTube videos, but she's not consistent at it. And I had to put a comment in the comment section. I said, this is when it's so important and valuable for you to actually, you know, create content and build a business around something that you're passionate about, because essentially you'll never run out of something to talk about because you're doing the things that you like and love to do and that you can talk about for hours and hours, day after day after day. And you actually will end up waking up wanting to do this kind of stuff on a daily basis, like I do. Now, this right here might seem boring to the normal person, but this right here, this is something that I have a passion for. I love this stuff. I do this when the camera is off. So why not turn on the camera and record it and have me talk about this? See, now, I may know some people with eczema. I may know some people that, is housework, exercise. You know, has anybody ever thought about housework being exercise? Yeah, I have. I've actually been in the kitchen, either washing dishes or whatever, or doing whatever. And I started doing squats in the midst of cooking, getting in that exercise while I'm doing something else. So this right here is something, it doesn't sound too far-fetched. But also, this is a company that sells toothpaste, deodorant, and other products, but they're talking about natural remedies for eczema during winter. Now, does that have anything to do with toothpaste? No, but that has to do with what's going on from up here in Maine. See, they're a company based out of Maine. They're passionate about Maine. Their product that they promote is toothpaste, deodorants, and things like that. Yes, that's what they sell, but they have a passion for Maine. What's going on in Maine? The people of Maine, how to keep them healthy, how to keep them going. And that's something that they can obviously create a blog around, and they can possibly never run out of content because there's always something going on in Maine, for example. This is the difference between you being stuck in a box, posting the same thing day after day. And I know people say, hey, stick to the same thing. Just, create this and create this post and create another post that's just like it, the same thing over and over and over and over. But people get tired of that. You know it. You see people's posts and you could tell, okay, they're promoting this product, that product. You could tell what company a person is promoting because you can see the colors. You can see that they use the same thing that somebody else used. You can see the wording. You can see that they're trying to hook you the same way, and then you scroll past. You don't think people are thinking that about you? You don't think that people are looking at you saying, hey, this is the same old shit that I seen from this person right here, and you trying to sell me on the same thing. It might not sound cool. It might not be something that's taught to you that, hey, being diverse is good. Somebody might have told you that, hey, you need to stay in this box, only post about this, and this is the way to get it done. No. And I want you to understand the facts. I want you to understand the facts, the real numbers and stats and statistics. The same people that's telling you to stay in a box know that the facts and statistics say that doing it this way, you still only get 1% conversion. They'll tell you that to your face, and you don't think nothing of it. You don't think twice. They'll say that 1% conversion rate or 2% conversion rates, that's great. Yeah, that's the average standard for this industry and blah, blah, blah. So getting those type of numbers is good. Yeah, you can make good money getting those type of percentages, but you have to do specific things. You have to sell high ticket products when you're doing stuff like that because the numbers, you have to think, why do I have to sell a high ticket product in order to make good money? Well, because only 1% or less of the world's population actually want that product. Whereas, how much is a tube of toothpaste? $3 to $5? That's not a high ticket product. But is this a multi-million dollar company, multi-million dollar business? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because why? Because 100% of the world's population needs it or should have it as far as toothpaste. They might not have access to it, but they damn sure need it, right? So the perspective, how you're being taught, what you're being told to focus on, that's one of the biggest challenges that you are facing in your online business. Somebody might be putting in your mind that you should be focusing on something that only 1% of the world actually wants. Just because they were able to make it big, promoting it that way, promoting those particular products, Now they've put you in a box, and that has led you to ignoring the other 99% of the world. Now, how crazy is that? Now, maybe it's just my mindset, my logical way of thinking that makes me, you know, think like that. And I know people will dispute me, but damn, I can't, I can't and I won't dumb myself down. I won't. I won't. I absolutely, it's not possible for me. I've never been the slow kid in class. I've never been that person. I've never listened to something and said, hmm, yeah, that that really sounds good, and never questioned it, and never found out that, hey, there is, that's good. That sounds good. One of my favorite saying for 30 or so years, I would say, is sounds good. My friends that I know, elementary school, high school, whatever, they know. They laugh, they joke with me because that's one of my favorite sayings. Sounds good. Because everything sounds good, but good is not better or best. So hopefully you guys are getting some value out of this. And if you're not, then it's something wrong with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be as real as possible. If you're not getting value out of this, then something's wrong with you. And if you don't think that this is some of the best training that you've ever received anywhere else, and I know what you've received, then something is wrong with you. Let me just be honest. I'm gonna be blunt. But now it brings us to the bottom of the page, right? We gotten all of the information needed in order to help us make an informed decision about whether or not we want to purchase this particular product. Now, just like we pulled up this section in the last video about the other product, right? I love to go down to this bottom section because various companies have various things. And this one in particular, it doesn't have something that I was really hoping that they would have, but that is okay because there is a workaround. See, now, when I go to this section, there's one thing that I'm usually looking for. I'm looking for a section that says affiliate program, which means that it'll allow me to actually promote this particular product and earn an income from home because I'm liking what they have to offer. I like the design of it. I like their mission. I like all of this stuff. Now, this right here, down here, is very important because this takes me to their social media. Now, this will allow me to do further research. What does their Facebook page look like? What does their Instagram, what does their YouTube, and what does their Pinterest looks like? So if I want to build an audience on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Pinterest based on a toothpaste brand, a deodorant brand, a soap brand, then I might want to model what they're doing on their social media platforms, right? So there's so much valuable information. This is the training right here. Just attending a website is more valuable for the right person than possibly attending a 2 hour long webinar that's only designed to sell you something at the end that's going to keep you on a hamster wheel. Now, this right here, this website alone is worth more than that, and you got access to it absolutely for free. Now, the things that you have to pay for is coaching and mentoring, because a mindset switch that allows you to see valuable things that's going to help you make better decisions and take better actions and build a profitable business, that might not be something that's already in you. And that's why people pay for coaching and mentoring. That's why coaching and mentoring is some of the most, you know, high cost investments that you can ever make because it helps you unlock stuff like this. I've just given you a few $1,000s worth of coaching and mentoring. Just from this training right here, I've given you a few $1,000s worth of information that you can use to apply to your business and possibly build a 6 or 7 figure business. Why? Why do I say that with confidence? Well, because Times of Maine, they're a multi-million-dollar business, and we just kind of dissected or found a way to dissect their exact blueprint. If you've been watching, we've dissected their blueprint. Now there's other elements that goes into this, but that's where coaching and mentoring comes into play. Now, I'm going to make an offer to you. I want to ask you this. If there was a way that you could go a little bit farther, if you could get more information, more coaching and mentoring that will allow you to take this information right here that's already priceless that I've given you and add on a few extra layers of information so that you can really, you know, you could get those light bulb moments. Would it be worth it to you? Do you think that you would want to partner with someone like me who, has given you the value? This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of it right here. I got so much more information to share with you if you decide that you want to partner with me. Do you think that it would be worth, you know, investing in yourself in order to get the additional information? Now, if that's a yes, if you say yes, then I want to invite you to join me inside the Hustleverse. I want you to comment hustle, and I'm going to send you, you know, a link for exclusive partnership opportunity because I believe in partnerships, not customers. I don't like selling products to customers because it's just like being in the store. You go to a store, the business is the business. If you're there to purchase a product, then you're a customer. You only get what you're supposed to get from that product. But if you're a business partner, then that means that, hey, we're working together and we're able to build together like kind of like, what partners supposed to do, right? So if you want to be in more of a partnership position, working with someone that wants the best for you and wants to help you build something of your own, then I want you to comment hustle. And I'm going to send you access to an exclusive offer. Now, is it free? No, it is not. But is it worth it? Yes, it is. And what it'll do is allow you to create your own freedom. It's going to allow you to have the tools that you need in order to be free. That means that once when you get access to it, you never have to see me again. You never have to be held down by attending one of my trainings or over and over and over or week after week. You never have to be held down by it. Now you can continue joining me, but you'll also be able to be free because you'll have what you need in order to build a successful life for yourself. Now, I'm going to take it one step farther, right? I want to just show you one other aspect of this because, like I stated, this right here does not have that, affiliate opportunity that I was looking for right here, right? But let me just copy the name of it again, and we just going to do a little bit. We're going to do a little bit more research, right? We're going we going to try. We're going to try. We're going to try. We're going to say Times of Maine affiliate program because even though it wasn't on the website itself, it doesn't mean that maybe that's the section that they just didn't put there. So Times of Maine does not currently host an active public facing direct affiliate or ambassador program. So they don't have an affiliate program. Hmm. I wonder what is this right here? So retail partnerships. But like I said, there's always a workaround. And this right here just told us about the workaround, which is something that I was going to go to anyway if this right here didn't have something. But let me just click on this right here just to see what this says. So yeah, this is a whole other times. But this is what happened when you go down the rabbit hole, right? So this is a different times altogether, right? And you can tell by look at the font on this times. This is a different time. This right here has women product, slip-on sneakers, you know, flats. So this is a shoe store. So Times is a shoe store also, right? But look here. This Times has an affiliate program right there in the bottom section. This Times right here might be something that you just happen to stumble across, and that happens to be able to provide you with a whole other opportunity that, we might want to talk about this a little bit later on. But this right here might be something. Let me just click on the link. I always believe in giving more value over and beyond what we, traditionally talk about. Because let's see. So with this time right here, it says, let's grow the good together. We're in business to improve lives. This mission has been at the heart of who we are since our start in 2006, so 20 years. So when we talk about building a business, I always talk about one specific thing, one specific term, longevity, something that's going to be around. Me, myself, I don't like jumping from this to that to this to that. I want to build something that's stable. I don't want to be 1 week I'm promoting this product and the next week coming out with another product and we're jumping ship and we're changing. Come on. Come on. That right there, I understand it. I understand it because I know what they mean by some people have, you know, short attention spans and they're always looking for something new. But no, that's that's a small percentage of people. But there are people in life that purchase products for life. They don't just jump around. They don't just go from here to there to here to there to here to there. How do you build any type of stable life or stable business if you are jumping from one thing to another? You can't. And you should understand that. Imagine you going from one job, you working that one job for 2 weeks, and then somebody say, "Oh, we have another job available for you. We're hiring over here." Then you just quit that one and you go work at another job, and then 2 weeks later, oh, there's another job, and then a month later, really? What kind of, what kind of craziness is that? So it says here, let's see, as an affiliate, you have the power to help widen our reach and strengthen our impact by increasing funding for our impact partners. Okay, so these words right here, it says our impact partners. That kind of gives me a hint that maybe this particular affiliate opportunity is hosted on Impact Network, on the Impact Network, right? So let's see, it doesn't give too much detail right here, but I just want to click on it, just say apply, just to see what it says. Partnerize. Sign up to partnerize. Okay. Look at the simple questions that they ask you. This is what it takes to become an affiliate, to actually join this particular opportunity. Nothing crazy, right? Basic information. This is the one thing that it always asks you on every particular opportunity. This right here, this is something that's very important. When it says website URL, Now, this right here is for the purposes of they want to know who you are and what you do. So why is it important when I tell you guys to, once again, this is an opportunity for us to go back to the most valuable document in all of online marketing. This is why this document is so powerful. Because while you've probably just been thinking that I've been telling you, hey, create a song on a daily basis just for the purpose of creating music, and oh, I don't like music, I don't care about that. But I told you to do it for the last year. For what reason? So that you can build know, like, and trust with a target audience, target of people that know, like, and trust you. What is that going to do? That's going to build up your following. What if you have a list of people on your Facebook page following you for your music, but it says that you have 5,000, 10,000 followers that love listening to your music? That means that there's 5 or 10,000 people that, they've built know, like, and trust with you based off of something that you shared with them. Kind of like, let's go back to Times of Maine because they did it, right? Yes, they're a toothpaste company, deodorant company, but don't you think that people follow them and like and love them because they're talking about the latest information from Maine? They're teaching people, the difference or how to correlate housework to exercise. It has nothing to do with their actual product, but they're building know, like, and trust through the information that they're sharing, through, you know, them sharing what they're passionate about. See, this is the mindset switch that I'm trying to get you to understand that I know you'll never hear anywhere else. They're not teaching this kind of stuff. Once again, either because they don't know it themselves or they don't want you to have this because this is the true key to success. If you can build an audience of people that love you for the fact that you just being real with them, you showing them who you are, you teaching them some stuff, you're showing them that you care, you're giving them something fun and exciting and creative to do, to look forward to listen to. Hey, you got this new song that's about to release. You got this new album. You got this, that, and the third. Now, when you have that list, that's when this right here becomes powerful. That's when you can apply to be an affiliate on different networks and they'll approve you because they're looking at the value that you actually bring, that you can possibly bring. If you are a celebrity, you're going to get promotions and endorsements from companies. They're just going to throw stuff out at you because they know that you have a million followers or whatever. And that, hey, if you just mention their name, it's possible that your followers, because you've built know, like, and trust with them, that they might come to us and purchase a product. So, yeah, can you be an affiliate for us? Yes, absolutely. So that means you have to do the foundational work. That's why it's important to do the foundational work, the things that I told you to do over the course of the last year. Even though you might not have thought it was valuable, I'm not telling you to do anything that's not valuable because I understand how this industry works. I understand what it means and what it takes. I know that it's hard. It's hard to do. A lot of times, I don't get the results that I want, but it's okay. It's a matter of growth. And I've still been here for 15 plus years, and I don't plan on going anywhere. I plan on being in this industry for however long the foreseeable future is. And it's because I understand that, they might not all clap for you, but sooner or later, they're going to recognize. It's going to come a time where they're going to say, like just about everybody in my life has said for the last 10, 15 years, they might come to me after the fact and say, oh, man, I know you told me that. Man, damn, I should have listened. Yeah, it's going to be a time, and I'm a little petty, So part of me being petty is I'm looking forward to the time where you come back and you say, damn, you was right. You was right. You told me this. And when it started happening in masses, and when you're here at the beginning, I want you to be the person to say, hey, I was there in the beginning when he was talking about this and he shared this, and now look what happened. So that's my goal. And that's what I want for you. I want for you to be able to get the results by doing the proper steps. So once again, I'm gonna close out. I'm not gonna keep you guys. I said I wasn't gonna keep you too long, but I get passionate about this stuff, and it's valuable. It's something that's gonna help you. It's something that's gonna truly help you. So the last piece that I wanted to show you, right? Because we almost got there. We almost got there. So, like I said, we was looking to see about the affiliate program, and we stumbled across a whole other opportunity, right? But this is what I wanted to actually show you. So it already said Amazon. Amazon was the loophole. Times of Maine. Let's paste that in there. Times of Maine. Here's their products. 6.2K purchases. Well, not even purchases, but ratings. 4.6. It has a 4.6 rating. Over 6,000 people rated it, which means that, just like with everything, most people will give a lot more people will give a bad review than will give a good review, right? So for you to have that many positives, that means that, hey, you probably sold 10 times as many as was, actually, rated. So you could probably say that, hey, at least 60,000 people purchased this product and only 10% wanted to give a review, if that. It's probably more like 5% of the people that actually used it decided to give a review. But I want you to see this. You can become an Amazon affiliate and then be able to promote Times of Maine's product. And what it says here, you'd get a 3% commission, right? So can you make money with Times of Maine after what we've seen? Can you do that? Yes, you can. This is the workaround, right? All right. So with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. This right here is going to be one of those ones that, I might not even leave this one up. I might just put this into a exclusive package and lock it behind the wall, you know? But it is going to be one that, I definitely would want to save. And I'm going to make it available so that, we don't lose track because, the Hustlers 10-minute a day challenge, it continues on. It continues on day after day after day after day, right? Week after week, month after month, and hopefully year after year. So I don't want this to become one of those ones that get lost in the overall bunch, because out of the 300 lives that I've done, there are a lot of valuable jewels, a lot of lives that could be separated and put as its own course that's worth 497 or even 997 to the right person, right? So this one right here is one of them ones. So with that, once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I hope you've gotten enough information so that you can take action and build something that you can be proud of. Something that's built for longevity, right? Something that can be something of your own and that you can add your own style to it. That's what we do here inside the Hustleverse. So I want to thank you again. We're going to close out like we always do. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you like, share, follow. I don't say that enough because A lot of times I kind of feel like people should automatically, but that's just my way of thinking. You should automatically, you see something this good, this valuable, hey, I want more. That's me. I hit that follow, I hit that like button whenever I see something of value that I know, hey, this right here is, I can't miss out. So hopefully you have that mindset. Hopefully, if you don't have it, hopefully you're starting to develop that mindset of always wanting to be around value, because that's going to lead you to your success. So, once again, have a great rest of your day.
Woke up to silence, dreams still heavy. Phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane. But I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's gain. That got me dancing with denial at night. Scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day, sounded small at first. But in silence, even whispers can quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink. Mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. To my PayPal ping, then they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted. But now my bars turn pain into coded. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain. Cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, it's a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type. Blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat I